Hello, 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 hello. Little Gnome here with Little Gnome Stories. Now, our story today goes way, way back in time when all the animals could talk to each other. You had the giraffe who could talk to the birds. You had fish who could talk to sheep and cows that could understand kangaroos. Well, that's the way things were then. Perhaps another time I'll tell you why it all changed. But today, once upon a time in a place called Africa, where there are lots of wild creatures, there were none more wilder than the ferocious king of the jungle. That's right, the mighty lion. Now, one day, under a tree, there was a mouse shading himself from the very, very hot sun. Oh, and this little mouse was tired. And as he fell asleep, he didn't see the big lumbering shape of the mighty lion. The lion stretched and fell asleep and stretched out its mighty paw. But unfortunately, it trapped the little mouse. Well, little mouse didn't know what to do. He couldn't get out, and he didn't want to wake the lion because he thought, if I wake him up from his sleep, he's going to be so angry, he's going to go gobble me up. So he waited while the lion awoke. After about half an hour, the lion awoke and realised that under his paw he had a little mouse. A little morsel for nothing in particular, just a little morsel for a snack. And he picked up the tiny mouse by its tail. The little mouse raised its little head and said, "Oh, lion, I'm such a small morsel. Please, could you see fit to spare me? Who knows, one day I may be able to help you too." Oh, little mouse, help me? Oh, that's the best laugh I'm going to have for ages. And he put the mouse on the floor and let him go. Go on, little mouse. I'll not eat you today. You go and play. And the lion slowly walked off back into the jungle. Now, many weeks passed. Oh, where's my pom-pom gone? Oh, God. There we go. Right, now, many weeks passed, and then there was a roar in the jungle. Roar! Oh, it could be heard all over. Everyone was wondering what it was, and then all of a sudden the birds began to chatter, and the chatter passed down onto the jungle floor. The king of the beasts had been trapped by man. Oh no. And all the animals gathered around and said, "What are we going to do? What are we going to do? I know he chases and eats us, but he also does protect us from man, one of the most dangerous creatures on the earth." "Let's go and see what his problem is," said the giraffe. and they wandered into the jungle. And there, wrapped in a huge net, was the lion. He had fought so hard to get free, but not being able to do it. A little voice rang out from the ground. You could barely hear it to begin with. You'll have to shout up. We can't hear you, said the rhinoceros. I'll set him free. Can someone lift me up? And with that, the giraffe lowered her head, picked up the little mouse who'd been squeaking on the floor, and raised him into the tree. The little mouse moved along and began to nibble on the rope of the net. And the net fell down. But the lion was entangled in it, and they could hear the hunters coming through the jungle. So the mouse asked to be lowered back down again. Snap. 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 And the little mouse broke the net, and the lion raced forward back into the jungle. But before he got out of sight, he turned round and said, You were right, little mouse. Even the biggest and the strongest still need the smallest and the smartest. Once upon a time, there was an eagle. Oh, what a beautiful bird. Oh, but he was so conceited. Well, of course, I can fly higher than anybody, faster than anybody. Look at my claws. Oh, yes, I'm truly the greatest of all birds. In fact, I bet there isn't a single bird that can fly higher than I, he bragged. I'll hold a competition to see. I will hold a competition. Yes, what a great idea. Anyone who can beat me flying the highest will be called the greatest bird on earth. But as we all know, it's me. I'm sure I'll win. Well, the day of the competition arrived, and all the birds stood around the arena, which was all around a big, big oak tree. Oh, would anybody like to take me on? Well, the vulture came forward. Yeah, I'll have a go. The hawk said, Maybe small, but I'm swift. I'll have a go. Then there was the tiniest of songbirds. I'll have a go. You're far too small, don't be silly. I'd still like a go, said a little songbird. Okay, right. Badger, who he was like a marshal and a starter. He did all these type of things, came up and said, On the count of 3, I want you to fly as high as possible. When we can't see you, I shall use my telescope to see which bird flew the highest. Ready, steady, go. And the birds began to fly. Wasn't long, though, before the first bird went, its wings flapped more slowly, and it began to glide back to the earth, which meant there was only, do you know who it would be? That's right. It was the hawk, the songbird, and the eagle. Well, they flew higher and higher. "Oh," said the hawk, and it slowly flapped its wings, turned downwards, and began to glide back to earth. So there was only the songbird left and the eagle. Well, the eagle looked down and couldn't see the little songbird. "Giving up already, but I'll show everybody how high I can fly." And he flew that high that, as the badger thought, he had to get out his telescope to see where he was. Oh, did that eagle soar until he got to a point where "I've obviously won the race. I can fly no more." And he stuck out his mighty wings and began to soar back down to the earth. But do you know, at that exact moment, off the back of the eagle jumped the songbird. And he flew, and he flew, and he flew, and he flew, and he flew much, much higher. By the time the eagle had got onto the floor, the little songbird was so exhausted that he held out his wings and spiraled down. Badger declared the songbird was the winner. Which just goes to show sometimes it's the little people, the smallest of all of us, that has the brains, not the brawn, that's being big and strong. And the little bird fooled everybody. That's all for now, children. Take care and be safe. This is a little gnome saying, bye-bye, children. Bye-bye.